What is up, everyone? TCT here again. First, let me start by giving my condolences to Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm recording this just the day after he passed away of colon cancer after a 4-year battle. I just wanted to give my condolences to him, his family, and all his fans out there, that he will be truly missed. He was an amazing actor. He did really well. I've seen 42, where he played Jackie Robinson. I thought he was incredible in that. He was incredible in playing James Brown in that film. I absolutely love this guy. He's, one of the best superheroes of today's generation. I definitely will miss him, and I'm sure millions and billions of his fans around the universe will miss him. And he's up there now with the great Stan Lee. So let me just point that out. I'm amazed that this guy was able to film these movies as sick as he was, and was able to keep it hidden from everyone. People started to notice a few months ago that he was not looking good, and people were just praying that he was okay. So I just wanted to say, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You will forever be missed. Now let me get into what today's episode is going to be about, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be about the DC Fandome. Yes, last week DC had their Fandome, and it was basically to reveal everything that was going on with the DC Cinematic Universe, everything going on with DC Comics, everything that they were planning to do. And first and foremost, let's start with, the biggest thing of the weekend, the trailer for the Batman. The Batman trailer. Yes, I have seen it, as millions of you have seen it. It is getting amazing reviews, in which I couldn't be prouder, because I was called an idiot and a dummy when I said Robert Pattinson would do very well as Batman. Now, I'm not sure how Bruce Wayne would be with him. It looked a little weird, but I'm confident. But that Batman, it looks really good. I'm really impressed from what I saw. I hope this stop of production due to the pandemic has not changed anything in the script to where someone's gotten wise and like, we don't need this, we don't need this. No. Keep what you were doing. 25% of it. We saw 2 minutes of it. It looks incredible. Keep it going. I'm impressed that they're using the guy from Westworld to play James Gordon. It looks to me like we're going to have the Riddler as the main villain, and I'm excited for that, because it's time we had a serious Riddler villain. Not to say Jim Carrey was bad, for that time he was a fun comedic villain. I mean, I always laugh at Jim Carrey. I don't have a bad thing to say about Jim Carrey. I think he's one of the funniest guys ever to walk this planet. But it's time we get a Riddler that was serious. The Enigma that's on Gotham, he did an amazing job, but he had the serious part to him. He played a lot of Jim Carrey stuff, but he had the serious part to him, though. That's what I want. I want a murderous dude that's just leaving clues everywhere, and that's looking like what we're getting, so yeah. But everyone's saying Pattinson wasn't going to be good as Batman. Well, what do you think now? Because I'm super excited. I mean, the suit looks good. I mean, this is mostly set 1 or 2, just a few years. He hasn't been Batman long, just a few years, possibly. You can easily tell he's in military boots. He's in army boots. You can easily tell that he's driving a souped up, either it's a Charger, Camaro, Mustang, whatever it is. I can't see the front of it very well, but it's just an American muscle car with a supercharger and a exhaust pipe on the back of it, like something a kid today would make. And that's what we need. We need a Batman like it would be in the world. And the thing that I noticed the most is that it's right up it's in my style. Like, I love the Tim Burton films. I thought that was a great world, but it was missing something. And now I know what it was missing. It was missing that Batman Beyond feel with that punk rock stuff. It looks a little punk rock. It looks violent. It looks like Tim Burton. It looks really, really good. And for those of you saying that that is not Catwoman that he's fighting in the middle of that movie, you need to have your eyes checked. For those of you that are like, nah, is that Catwoman? Is that Of course it's Catwoman. Who else do you know that's a safe burglar that's a girl that breaks in, wears a ski mask, and does all those spinning heel kicks on Batman? Come on, it's Selena Kyle. It's Catwoman. It's this version of Catwoman. We all know that. Quit being dumb, people. It's Catwoman. But other than that, the music, they chose a Nirvana score for the music. It sounded great. It was epic. The fight scene where he beats that guy to a pulp and then continues to beat him. Batman would do that. He wouldn't kill him, but he would beat him enough to where he wouldn't mess. It would scare the people that were standing there, and this guy wouldn't mess with him again. And then when he goes, "I'm vengeance." Oh, dude, that gave me chills, because growing up in the 90s, we had that one line from the first episode of Batman the Animated Series where he goes, "I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman." We remember that. Oh, we remember that so good. That's nostalgia. That's nostalgia. And every time you see a reaction of someone watching that trailer, listening to "I Am Vengeance," man, you just go back to the animated series. And if you haven't seen the animated series, look at my unboxing for it that I did on my page here. I did an unboxing for Batman the Animated Series Limited Edition, and it was beautiful. If you've never seen the cartoon, it is available on the DC app, the DC Universe app. Go ahead and watch it. It's there. Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, all the old Flashes, Hulks, and Wonder Womans, they're there. Lois and Clark was one of my personal favorites, by the way. I absolutely love that show. When I was a kid, the special effects are really, really, really dated, so don't make fun of it. But the acting by Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher was amazing. It's still amazing to this day. So yeah. But anyway, that's my thought on the Batman. Now, for those of you who are asking, did I see the Wonder Woman trailer? I saw the first 5 seconds, and then I said, you know what? No. Because I've seen 3 trailers for Wonder Woman already. I don't want to be given the entire movie. I know Cheetah, I know Wonder Woman, and I know Chris Pine's back in it playing Steve Trevor. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. I was downtown for one of the scenes where Gal Gadot was running through the streets of Washington. I witnessed that, and from what I saw in the opening of this trailer, that was the scene, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see any of this. I'm really excited for this one. This is my most anticipated one, other than the Batman. This is the one I've been waiting to see more patiently for the last 3 years than any other one. Wonder Woman 84 is going to be good. It's going to be a good movie. People have been waiting patiently, but for those of you that are saying release Black Widow or Wonder Woman or any of this on these streaming sites, you guys need to get a reality check. These movie theaters, these companies, they are not going to do that unless absolutely necessary. People are saying, oh, let's release Black Widow on Disney Plus. Are you out of your mind? You think Disney's going to lose almost a $2 billion revenue? This movie is going to be the first Marvel movie in theaters when the theaters open back up. I mean, it's clearly going to make over $1 billion. Wonder Woman's clearly going to make near $1 billion. I don't know, because there's not more DC fans right now because of the way the movies have been going. But Wonder Woman made over $1 billion. I'm looking for this one to make over $1 billion as well. Especially even if it's better than the first one. The first one had its flaws, yes. But I absolutely love the first one, especially the No Man's Land scene. I thought that was epic and a great way to introduce her costume, and everything that she did in that movie was great because of it. But Wonder Woman 84, I don't want to see anything else, and that's not trying to be mean to anyone. That's just me saying personally, I don't want to be spoiled. I'm excited to see this movie. I don't want to know anything about the story. I already know Steve Trevor comes back, which I don't like they put that in the trailer. I don't like that they showed me in the trailer that woman she's talking to becomes Cheetah. I don't want to see that stuff in a movie trailer. I want to see in a movie trailer what the Batman showed. A couple pieces, a couple, like that one, maybe one little action sequence, and then a couple lines, and still make me get goosebumps. That's the perfect way to do a trailer. If they weren't to release any more for the Batman, I would be totally still going to see this movie. But Wonder Woman 84, I'm moving on now because I'm super excited for this movie and I don't want to see anything else with the trailer. So let me move on to The Suicide Squad. Yes, I did watch the docu-pic that they did where James Gunn's saying that this is the biggest movie he's done, in his existence, which doing Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, oh my god, like what is he doing here? Because it looks like there's 30 characters from what I see. I mean, I see Idris Elba, I see John Cena, I see Nathan Fillion, Margot Robbie, all the ones from the original Suicide Squad. I see so many of these guys coming in, and Jesus, man. First off, let me just say I'm super excited. Idris Elba is coming into this movie. I'm super excited. Nathan Fillion, who I love from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Castle, and I wish he played Nathan Drake in Uncharted. Tom Holland, he's a fun choice for the role. I'm going to give him his chance to see what he can do with the role, but I'm glad he did the fan film. The fan film was fun to watch. I really enjoyed that, but I love Nathan Fillion. I watched Firefly, but I never really remembered much from it because they only did one season. I need to go back and rewatch it. I know that's what he's famous from, but I remember seeing him before he did Firefly, so because he was Caleb in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So he was the priest in the final season. Many of you don't know that. That's a fun little fact. If you want to see, look up Priest Caleb, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 7. That is a very vicious man, and that's played by the one Nathan Fillion. So yeah, John Cena joining, the cast. Big wrestler. People know that I'm a wrestling fan. Love his earlier movies, but the one thing I don't like about him is a lot of the roles he gets, he doesn't take seriously. This looks like one of them that he could possibly just have fun with, but not take seriously. I want him to take it serious by doing what James Gunn says. Like, if James Gunn says act like this, act like this. If James Gunn says take it seriously, please just take it seriously. Like, that's one flaw that he has in his acting, is a lot of his roles are just corny roles, and that's just because he's a corny dude. Everybody knows, but I got respect for John Cena. I think he'll be alright. Yeah, and then along comes Margot Robbie, who is once again reprising her role as Harley Quinn. I did see Birds of Prey over the quarantine. I finally watched that. I got sick. I got super sick when Birds of Prey came out in the theaters. I don't know what I had, but I was sick for over 3 weeks. I was really sick. It was before the coronavirus hit, so no, I did not have coronavirus. But I got super ill, and I couldn't see it, because movies leave theaters after a couple weeks now, which is crazy. I don't like that. They used to last like 2 months in the theater, but yeah. Margot Robbie is still an incredible choice, even though, some of the things she says in the media with her politics, I tend to ignore that stuff. I look at the stuff on screen. She's incredible as Harley Quinn. I didn't really love that movie, Birds of Prey, but everything she did in that movie was incredible. She was great in that movie. I don't think it should have been called Birds of Prey. I think it should have just been called Harley Quinn the movie, because that's what it was. It was Harley Quinn the movie. I really hope in this Suicide Squad movie that we get to see Jared Leto at least make another appearance and another stab at playing the Joker. I don't think he's gonna, which I'm not gonna say he's not, especially after they screwed him over the first time, in which I actually enjoyed that Joker that he did. I was having fun with it. I think he got robbed of so many things he could have done with it. Especially with the tattoos, the grill, the paint, all that stuff looked awesome. It looked fun. It looked different, and that's what I want to see. I want to see some different things. I don't want to see the same Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger type Jokers. I respect to those guys, but give me some different things, man. That was really creative what they did. He didn't do a bad job either. He really didn't. But she stole the show in that. I'm just gonna say that there. But yes, Suicide Squad. I'm super excited for that. Let's continue. I did see the trailer for Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. I guess that's supposed to be a video game or an animated that's coming out. I think it's a video game. Looks interesting. I did see the clips that they did for the Flash movie where Ezra Miller was talking to the people. You know, they were talking about what they want to do. I'm super excited that they're thinking that the Batman, the movie that's about to come out, is supposed to be included into the multiverse that they're planning on talking about. You know, Michael Keaton's reprising his role as Batman. They're bringing Grant Gustin in, who was, you know, from Crisis of Infinite Earths. Ezra Miller was on that, so he's going to return the favor, possibly. Like, that's going to be fun, you know, to do something like that. And Ezra Miller's a good guy. I hope they do it right. Speaking of that, speaking of doing it right, I saw the trailer for the Snyder Cut of the Justice League, and let me just say, I am mega excited for what I'm about to see, because it looks like 100% a different movie. Yes, there's going to be the same script. Yes, it's going to be, you know, same actors, same things going on in there that I've already seen, but I want to see what he did. I'm really curious as to, maybe they'll release it in theaters at one point. You know, this is going to be the true Justice League movie to me. You know, I'm not saying it's Joss Whedon's fault. I'm saying it's Warner Brothers' fault, because they do what they always do. They get involved in things and they wreck it. They do it every single time I watch a good movie. You know, they did it with Suicide Squad. They did it with V for Vendetta. You know, they do it all the time, and I get so sick of it. From Warner Brothers, they have got to get it together. They love to get involved in things. They have got to stop doing that. They got involved in Justice League. It's like, you know what? You should have had Joss Whedon do Justice League before you had Zack Snyder start it, if you wanted to, you know, things to make changes and stuff. You know what I mean? Just stop. Leave the guy alone. Let him do his thing. You don't like it, you don't like it. Get rid of him after that. But let me just say, right now, the best movie in the DC Cinematic Universe, the absolute best movie, is Aquaman, because Jason Momoa is the man. He is he is basically the Rock of the series. And of course, yes, I did see Black Adam. They didn't show anything either. They just showed a couple pictures. We heard the Rock's voice. I am excited to see what they're going to do with Black Adam. And Shazam 2 has also been announced for 2022. I'm excited to see if they're going to introduce Shazam into Black Adam. You know, possibly. I think Shazam was a fun movie, but now it's time to get serious. Now it's time for Zachary Levi to show off the big guns. And, you know, we need to see these guys in action. We need to see some more action out of Shazam. We saw a lot of action in Shazam, but it was more corny action, more kiddie action, in which, yeah, I want to see that, but I want to see some seriousness, like some consequence to what these kids are doing. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm super excited to see that Black Adam. I'm glad that The Rock is going to play Black Adam. I'm glad that he's enthusiastic. So we'll see. What else am I missing here? I mean, I know there's a couple releases coming out. Oh yeah, there's some Superman movies coming out. Some animated features that I'm curious to see. I'm wondering if they're ever going to do a sequel to Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because that movie was fun to watch. To see the Joker on the ooze, to see Shredder fall in the chemicals and become a Joker. That stuff was cool, man. And by the way, I had a curious thought, a curious idea, that now that Hasbro Toy Company, many people know that I'm a Power Rangers fan. I've been a Power Rangers fan since I was a kid. I love to collect things from those shows. So, I mean, I don't really watch. I mean, I watch every iteration that comes out, but I'm not, like, you know, super obsessed with them anymore. I'm obsessed with the old ones. Like, you know, give me Power Rangers up to like 2006 or 7, and then we're done. You know, the ones that are out now, I'm not really a big fan of, but I can buy them. You know, they're fun for my little brother and my cousins. They're okay. But now that Nickelodeon and Super Sentai are cutting ties with Hasbro Toy Company, they have free control over what to do with the Power Rangers franchise. And if you guys have never read Power Rangers versus the Justice League, you need to read it. That is incredible. It's a great storyline, and I know that it would never be done into a live action movie, in which I'm curious to think that they could bring the Power Rangers into the DCEU at some point, which would be fun, but people wouldn't take it seriously. They've announced a whole new trilogy franchise after we had the reboot already, which I enjoyed the reboot. I don't know why they're not doing a sequel to that. But, that's just my opinion. But if they were to do an animated, maybe series, or... I mean, I know we're getting a Power Ranger series called Nano Fury that's animated. But I'm talking an animated movie like what they did with Batman versus Ninja Turtles. I want to see Justice League versus Power Rangers in animated form. And I want that story to go through like it does in the books, man. I want to see everything. I want to see the Megazords. I want to see Batman asking, Batman was fighting the pterodactyl and everything when they came through the portal. Like, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. You need to go pick up a copy of Justice League versus the Power Rangers, because those are great comic books. I read them online. I didn't go buy the copies. I did buy one copy, but then I read the rest online, and they're fantastic. They're fantastic, so I'm super excited if they ever want to do something like that. But yeah, as we're getting to the end of this little session here, I just want to say that I have a few other things that I want to talk about, and I want to do them on separate podcasts so that I can release a little bit more content. I did finish a new show on Hulu. It was done by NBC, and it's something I started when it came on NBC. I think it was like 2015. It's called Blind Spot, and it stars Jamie Alexander, who she plays in Thor. And man, that was an incredible series. They did really well, and I want to talk about that on the next podcast so that I have something to talk about. I'm excited to say that I have finally finished Cobra Kai. Now that they've released it on Netflix, I got to see season 2. I saw season 1 already. I got to finish season 2. I want to talk about that on the next podcast. I also want to talk about some of my favorite TV shows like Smallville and Castle. Things that I love watching. Those are good shows. I grew up a big Walker Texas Ranger fan. I want to talk about that stuff. I want to bring more content to you guys. I want to be able to discuss things. I don't know if I'm going to go to the movies, depending on how the coronavirus is shaking. Right now, I don't plan on it. I did go to an arcade today. I went to a great pinball arcade here in my hometown. That our hometown's desperately missing arcades, so we finally have one that's open on weekends. I had a good time. I had a great time. It was only $10 for all you can play for the whole day. Coronavirus is helping that a little bit, but they need to make some kind of money in any way they can. But I hope everyone out there is just staying safe and follow the CDC's rule, guy. I mean, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's on you. I'm not going to tell you to wear a mask. I wear a mask everywhere I go because I take care of a senior citizen. But it's on you. Just make sure you stay safe. At least sanitize if you don't wear a mask. Stay safe. Keep other people safe. That's all I have to say. Stay 6 feet apart. Do what you got to do. I do want to say that I am going to start going to the movies again once everything comes back and starts to reopen. I'm gonna start getting back out there, doing some videos and stuff. I have some unboxings I might want to do as well. Certain things. I might start putting some, like, if I go to any sporting events next year, any big event, I might start putting some videos up. Just me recording places that I'm going. You probably won't see me on the video. I'll just record some things, and I'll make a small little clip and just put, this is where I'm at today, and let you see it. I want to do just some small things. Try to get back out there. We'll see. I might have a couple of my friends might do the podcast with me. I'm only going to do 30 minutes starting off right now. Right now, we're just about there. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for listening. I know a lot of my friends listen. A lot of people that want to know what's going on in the world. You're bored, you're sitting at home during the quarantine, you want to listen to some things. If I can figure out how to put this thing on iTunes or something, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. At some point, if I start getting enough followers, I might start a Patreon. I don't know that yet. It might be good to get some extra money, possibly get a new setup. It's not easy doing what I'm doing where I'm living now. Maybe one day in the future when I get a little older, and I'm living more isolated. Right now, I'm not living isolated. I'm living with other people. So yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand with that. But also next week I want to talk about some sports. Sports are getting ready to start back up, like football. I want to talk about the NFL a little bit. I want to talk about college football a little bit. You're going to hear me talking about some things. This is more like therapy to get stuff off my chest that I want to say. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it this week. So I just want to say, please be safe, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask if you have to, wear gloves if you have to, sanitize. If you go to the arcade, if you go to the movies, use your best judgment. I do not want anyone to be sick, okay? I want everyone to stay safe and stay healthy so that we can beat this thing. When this thing is over with, we're going to have a lot more fun. I promise you guys. So until then, until next time, this is TCC signing off. I will see you on episode 3.